go to a school patrol, we do extra patrols. All of our patrol staff will go and monitor schools for vehicle traffic, pedestrian traffic, and we'll do it at the start of school for all 3 schools and then at school release towards the end of the day too. So I've been in law enforcement for about 15 years. 13 of those being sworn as a police officer. Started my career in 2010 in Bayport. Shout out to retired Chief Laura Eastman for giving me my shot. That was back when people wanted to be a cop, and hundreds of applicants were putting in for a single position, so thank you. It's kind of where I grew my passion for the career. Just everything involved mentally, physically, helping people, driving fast, arresting bad people, all that fun stuff. I worked for Washington County for a summer in their water division, so I was a deputy on the river, which was probably one of the best gigs that I had, getting paid to be a cop and go drive a boat on the St. Croix. It's pretty awesome. Eventually I transitioned over to Wright County Sheriff's Office, and I was a deputy there for a couple years. Worked in the traffic division there for a little over a year. Then eventually got a contract position in a smaller town. And ultimately wanted to move back over here. I'm from Wisconsin. My wife and I lived in Wisconsin before we moved out to Buffalo when I worked at the county. And so I started putting applications in throughout the metro and put an application in here, and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. So I started here along with Sergeant Jered Deal back in 2015. And since then, I've worked as a patrol officer, field training officer, domestic assault response team officer. I was an Explorer advisor for a while. I worked as a community response team member, which addressed more street level type crimes, more in progress type stuff. And then I went into investigations, and I was a detective for about 3 years. And then I promoted to sergeant about 2 years ago. And I have 2 young kids at home, so transitioning to a supervisor position, I knew I was going back to nights, and that was a little rough to start with, but as soon as I got to know my team and got to see how they operate and the good they do in this community, it all made it worth it. So right now I'm an administrative sergeant, which basically if you have a question about anything, it gets thrown to the admin sergeant, and then I try to find an answer if I don't know. And the schedule's kind of nice. It works out well because I'm currently back in school for my master's in justice administration. I had my master's certificate in law enforcement administration, and I should be getting my master's degree in the spring. And then also it's getting me on a routine schedule, the 8 to 4 of coming to work every day. It's helpful because in a few weeks here I'll be going to Northwestern University Patrol and Command School, which is it's an accredited university, and it's coursework that kind of goes through the ins and outs of being in a command position within a police department. Anything from budgeting to staff retention to recruitment, kind of touches all that stuff. So I'm excited for that. I'm most excited to see how it increases my knowledge of the career and of the field, and then in particular the knowledge I have of this agency and the city of South St. Paul, because there's obviously a lot that the police officers go out and they go on patrol and they see things, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we don't see. And to understand that and break that down and find the justification for various decisions that are being made, I think it's instrumental in the success of an organization. And to be honest, it's instrumental in the morale of an agency and keeping good officers here when they understand the reasons why decisions are being made, the reason for change, because nobody likes change, especially cops. but there's a reason why this department doesn't lose officers to other law enforcement agencies. In fact, we had one that recently left, tested the waters in a different agency and decided that it wasn't for him and came back to us. So I think that speaks volumes to how we operate and what we stand for and our mission of building that partnership with the community and making sure that South St. Paul remains a safe and happy place for everyone to raise a family and start a business and grow exponentially in a first-ring suburb. Take a lot of pride in the work that I do. I take more pride in seeing the work that my partners do and seeing the good that they're affecting out there daily. As a supervisor, I have the opportunity to take a step back on scene of a critical incident and kind of dissect it as it goes along and identify strengths and maybe some defects in various areas of response and kind of coordinate a plan of attack to better serve the people of this community. And for me, that's all I've ever wanted out of this career. So we got quite a few cars up here. We'll stop out, see if we're needed. If we're not, we'll clear. So they boxed the car in. I don't know if you can see it from there, but typically if somebody's slumped over in a car, we'll box it in to make sure if they wake up and they see us, they don't flee in the car.
Can I have you turn off the heat on the dash? And you want to step out?
We're code 4 and you can change it to a suspicion. Okay. Okay. You guys want to clear up and go take that parking violation? So she was, I mean, obviously the car is parked 3 feet away from the curb the wrong way. She's got some things in the car that make us think she probably had a little bit of fun last night. Some half-eaten food, White Castle and cowgirl hat, and just some other party supplies. Get her out, even from a distance, I can tell she's not impaired, at least not on alcohol. There's different tests that we can do for drug impairment. So they might do that testing on her, but from what I could tell, she's not impaired. So there's no need for us to stick around. Just making a traffic stop. We're gonna jump to a car. Yeah. S7, I'm with her. Yep.
I'll be clear from Ramsey if you can associate a traffic stop and a warning.
Whoever's behind me, stay in your car just in case he takes off. His foot's still on the brake.
Your incident.
Yeah, he's rolling.
Copy.
Assigned.
You're showing out at 275 Wentworth Ave. You're looking quicker.
21-7, get us the channel. take him. Aquí. Aquí. Face that way. Manos. ¿Cuántas personas?
Yo y mi esposa.
Okay, esposa?
Mi esposa.
Okay. Hijo, hija?
Una hija.
No? All right, come back here. Ve. Siéntese. Un momento. Stay with him. Think just confusion or what?
Open the road, yeah.
Yeah.
He just like kept stopping and then going and stopping and going.
Yeah. ¿Tienes licencia? No. Identificación?
Sister,
Pasaporte? ¿Dónde?
Thank you.
Gracias. Yeah, so he went to stop him for speeding, doing 47 and a 35. Officer Danner went to stop him. We saw her go by with her lights on. That's because she had to go significantly faster than the speed limit to catch up to the violator. So we want to be as safe as possible. Turn our lights on, catch up. Driver did not comply initially, did not pull over. Eventually did pull over behind a car, but then decided to continue driving, went past that car, and then played a little bit of a game. Not really a game, but would stop and then would go and then would stop and then would go. We've seen that before where somebody who doesn't want to deal with the police, they have a reason to run from us, they'll pull over and wait for the most opportune time to then take off in their car. And usually that's when the cop gets out of the squad car and is no longer in control of that vehicle, of that squad car. So we had another officer behind us. I just instructed them on our backup channel to stay in their car just in case that truck decided to flee. Ended up being non-English speaking. There's some confusion surrounding the appropriate procedure for a traffic stop. He did not have a license, so he was given a warning for the speed and he was ticketed for not having a license, and then he was able to call for a valet driver to come and get the vehicle. Hello. Why are you driving?
I just came from work.
Okay. Do you have any other options for transportation?
I don't at the moment.
Okay. When was the last time you got stopped?
I think it was
A month or so ago? Did you get a ticket?
Yeah.
Did you take care of it?
Yeah.
You did? Did you pay it or what?
I paid, actually with my taxes, they took all my taxes, so I'm pretty sure they paid for it.
Okay. What do you have to do to get your license back?
Pay the rest of my tickets.
Okay. Are you a convicted felon?
No.
Have you heard of the diversion program?
No.
No? Okay. I would call the county and see if you can get on the driver's diversion program. What that does is it allows the county to absorb the fees that you owe. You then make payments to them on a payment plan,
Okay.
and you get your license back. So that way these stops don't happen anymore.
Right. Yeah, because I was trying to do that because like they took about almost 2,000 out of my taxes.
Jeez.
Yeah, because it was like I do have a lot of tickets.
How much more do you owe?
I haven't called. I'm like on it to try to see how much else I owe to like.
Oh, you're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
I do want to get my license because I do.
I know.
Need it, you know?
I know. You're just putting yourself in a situation. They keep piling up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're lucky they don't accrue interest. Can you imagine?
Well, they do like charge me fees for like late fees.
Oh.
I think that's why.
That's why it's racking up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes. So I know this young lady.
message. New message.
So she doesn't have a license. I've stopped her many times before. Dealt with her many times before. She's getting a summons for court. So we have the option to issue a normal citation. That's a payable offense. Or we can mandate a court appearance. For her, I mandated a court appearance. She's a habitual driver without a license. And I think she's a good candidate for the driver diversion program in Dakota County. She doesn't have a severe criminal history. It's all traffic offenses. So by scheduling a court date, she can go talk to traffic court, see if they can help her out with the diversion program, hopefully get her tickets paid off, and then reinstate her license, and she can be good to not have face-to-face contact with me or my partners anymore. I love it. Take care, guys. How was week 1? Good? You come back for week 2? That's what I like to hear. You haven't had to throw that at any cars or anything, have you? You sure? All right. Don't do that though, okay? You just tell us and we'll take care of it, okay? We got other things we can throw at those cars. Have a good weekend. You're the one I'm looking for. No, I'm just kidding, bud. Don't worry. I'm just messing with you. I got him for a second. I got him. How's it going? Good. How's school? Good. Yeah? Come back next week? Yeah? Have a good weekend. Thank you.